your voice so I can listen back again. And I'm sorry I'm not perfect, but I knew that I wouldn't be. I guess it's for the best, you know the worst in me. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood, cause I'm trying hard to love. I'm sorry, my actions, they haunt me, and I'll never live it down. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. So do you wanna take me back? All of our broken plans, so we can start again. Won't turn down a second chance, I'm too selfish for that. I let you fall again, now that you know that I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood, cause I'm trying hard to love. I'm sorry, my actions, they haunt me, and I'll never live it down. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was.
Somewhere on the sea, it got a little longer, so it seems. I burned out, so to speak. Now come a little closer. I feel a little light in the light track. I felt a bit of bad, but I came back. There's still a little light in the light track.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the live stream Sunday morning. Welcome from wherever you're joining me today. If you're here with Zoom, I see you. Good morning, welcome. So today we have some requests for shoulders, neck, low back, hamstrings, and calves. Got a lot of requests for some stretches today. So obviously you guys have been hitting the gym and doing your workouts at home, which is awesome. So we're actually gonna kind of build on some stuff we did in Thursday's class if you joined for that. If not, no worries. It's pretty simple movements, but we just have some more time to kind of work on those today. And I'll be able to see you if you're with Zoom, so I'll be talking to that as well. And if not, welcome and thank you for joining me on YouTube as well. So today, all you'll need is your mat and yourself. If you like to practice with blocks, go ahead and grab those as well. You can use them whenever you'd like, but I'll be instructing just in a flow sort of fashion without the blocks. We'll also be getting started seated like I am here. So if you would prefer to have something underneath your seat so that you're a little bit more comfortable to lift the hips, go ahead and grab that. It's not necessary again, but if it's something to make your practice more comfortable, feel free to grab that. All right, so let's get started. Come to a comfortable seated position like I am here. You can have your legs crossed, half, full lotus, whatever is comfortable. If cross-legged is not accessible to you today, you can always sit back on your heels, palms face down on the thighs. So find your comfortable seated position. Let yourself settle in on your mat. Close your eyes and just allow the sound of my voice to settle in with your thoughts so that you can keep those eyes closed as we begin this morning flow. Begin to feel those sits bones ground down. So maybe wiggle side to side. Just kind of feel your seat beneath you. Use that grounded energy to pull up and in through your low belly. Feel each vertebrae begin to stack one upon the next. Let your lower ribs knit in slightly closer. But then let your shoulders begin to shrug way up towards your ears. So they're scrunching all the way up towards your earlobes, and then roll your shoulders down your back. Do that about 2 more times. Scrunch those shoulders way up. And open down the back. 1 more time. Scrunch your shoulders way up towards your ears. And open your shoulders down your back. Feel your shoulder blades pull close towards one another as your heart presses forward. Chin is parallel with the earth. Let's take a few head and neck circles. Let your chin tuck towards your chest. Lengthen through the back of the neck, and then allow your right ear to turn towards your right shoulder. Feel that stretch through the left side of the neck. Drop your head back. Feel a nice opening through the throat. Left ear, left shoulder. Lengthen through that right side of your neck down towards that right shoulder. Tuck your chin back towards your chest, and let's switch sides. Left ear, left shoulder. Drop your head back. Let it just feel like it's rolling along the base of your shoulders. Right ear, right shoulder. And tuck your chin back towards your chest. Inhale, lift through the head and neck. Extend up through the crown of the head. Feel long through your spine. Softness through your face. And just let your eyes softly stay closed as you just check in with your mind. Notice where it's at this morning. And begin to just remove all that excess chit-chat from the brain, and let's begin to listen to the sound of our own breathing. So as you inhale in through the nose, create that oceanic sound in the back of the throat as the breath travels all the way down to the base of the belly. As you exhale, fully release that breath out through the nose. Let your belly retract back towards your spine. Good. Inhale, deep breath all the way down to the base of your belly. Drink that breath all the way up to the top of your throat. And then allow that breath to smoothly release out. Lengthening your inhales, deep breath in. Fill your belly, fill your lungs. Drink your breath all the way up to the top of the throat. And exhale, release that breath fully out. Let it go. A few more rounds like that. Imagine that breath pouring all the way down to your base. And that pouring all the way out. Good. Let's set an intention for our practice today. Continuing with that breath, whatever comes to mind first for your intention, whether it be a dedication to someone or something other than yourself, or maybe it's why you're here on the mat today. Maybe your intention is just to get this practice in and stay here and stay on your mat now. Good, let's take another full round of breath. And full exhale out. Good. Now let's begin to flow. Take an inhale, reach those arms up to the sky, extend high, flutter your eyelids open, look between your fingertips. Now as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Take your right hand down on the earth, left hand to the top of your right knee. Roll your right shoulder back, look out past your right shoulder, twist. And then keep your left arm where it's at. Inhale, cross your right arm over your left. So you're creating an X with those arms. Take your forearms up towards one another for eagle arms. Big breath in, lift those elbows, look up to the sky, stretch through those shoulder blades. And exhale, release your hands back down into your lap. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, create length. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand on the earth, right hand to the top of that left knee. Roll your left shoulder back. Maybe even look out past your left shoulder. Sit up tall. Next breath in, left arm comes across the top of the right. Create that X. Forearms lift up, elbows lift up. Big breath, look up to the sky. Arch through the spine. Exhale, release your hands down into your lap. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Flow with your breath. Exhale, twist to the right. Roll your right shoulder back. Inhale, one fell swoop. Right arm comes over the left. Forearms lift, elbows lift, look up. Exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, left arm over the right. Lift through those elbows, eagle arms. Exhale, release it down. Good. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. This time as you exhale, hinge forward. Reach your arms out in front of you. Just crawl your arms forward. Feel that length through the back of the neck, through the back of the low back, all the way down to your sits bones. Feel those palms pressing towards the earth below so that you can press your hips down towards the ground. Good. Now as you inhale, shift forward. We'll all meet in tabletop position. So we all seem to have some sort of dog on our mat. Thanks, Bradley. Good. Let's take our shoulders right over our wrists, hips over your knees, gaze down between your thumbs. Take an inhale. Let's begin our cat-cow breathing. Shoulders back, tailbone high, look up to the sky. Exhale, curl back up and in, tuck your chin, cat pose. Inhale, open your heart, shoulders back, lift up through your chin. Exhale, curl back up and in. Go ahead, use that breath. Inhale, cow pose. Open your heart. Exhale, cat. Curl up in an arch. So as you're here, you can begin to move a little bit more into the head and neck. You can circle it out. Take one ear towards one shoulder, opposite ear, opposite shoulder. You can even sway side to side. Stretch through your side waist. Dip one elbow down, dip the opposite elbow down. Find a freedom of movement if that feels right for your practice this morning. You can always stay in our cat-cow breathing and kind of just do some gentle movements by turning your fingers in, maybe in towards one another to stretch the wrists. Many options here. Just move with your breath and feel into each vertebrae. So as you're breathing, stretch through the shoulder blades, tailbone, head and neck. Take about 1 to 2 more breaths, finding these freedom of movements. Good, last exhale. And let's make our way back into tabletop. We'll all meet in a neutral spine. Take an inhale, gaze down between the thumbs. Pull up and in through your low belly. Exhale, breath, pause. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Roll your right shoulder back, twist, open. As you exhale, thread your right arm through. Let your right shoulder come down to the earth. Bend your left elbow. Press your hips equally back behind you. Relax your head and neck. You can stay right here, or you can begin to take that left arm to the sky and maybe even tuck it behind your back around the front of that right hip. Peel your left shoulder back. If you want even more here, you can always take your left leg, extend it straight out to the left sole of the foot on the earth to get a little bit more into the hips as well. Your choice here, many layers. If you extended your leg, slowly take that left knee back in towards the right. If you extended your arm, take that left arm back to the sky. Lower your left palm down. Take an inhale. Right arm reaches high. Open out. Roll your right shoulder back. Exhale. Tabletop. Switching sides. Left arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, thread that left arm through. Take your left shoulder to the earth. Bend your right elbow. So you can stay right here. If you want more in those shoulders, the right arm can reach up to the sky. Maybe even tuck behind your back. Press those hips evenly back behind you. Another add-on if you want it. Right leg can extend straight out to the right. Sole of that right foot is on the earth, so you'll feel a stretch through the leg as well, kind of getting that full body. Take a full breath in your variation. And then reach that right arm to the sky. Take that right knee back in. Right hand lowers to the earth. Inhale that left arm to the sky. Open it up high. Exhale, come back into your tabletop position. Pause here, take an inhale. As you exhale, tuck your toes behind you, press your hips to your heels. Feel a nice stretch through the arches of your feet. Ground through your palms. Press down, take your knees up and in towards your chest. You should feel a nice stretch through the ankles, the calves, the low back. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lengthen your legs, hips up towards the sky. We're gonna flow with that movement. So as you inhale, come back into that crouch-like position. Knees hover above the mat. Exhale, hips high to the sky. One more time. Inhale, knees hover, crouch-like position. Exhale, hips high to the sky. Come into your first downward facing dog. So as you're in your first downward facing dog, you can pedal through the feet, sway side to side. You can let, one leg rise up towards the sky. You can open out. You can shift forward and back through plank. Just let yourself find some nice movements here. If you notice your head and neck has any tension, kind of shake it out. Shake it yes and no. Let it just dangle between the arms. And as you settle into your downward dog, hands or shoulders with distance, feet, hips with distance. Take a full round of breath in and a full breath out. Inhale in. Now on your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward to the top of the mat and just begin to tiptoe those feet up until you come right between the wrists. Bend your knees deeply. Take a hold of opposite elbows, ragdoll arms. Relax your head and neck. Let your head and neck just feel heavy between your biceps. Allow yourself to sway side to side. And just feel heavy here. While your knees are deeply bent, you're allowing your low back to decompress while you open your hamstrings softly. You can bend your knees deeper and kind of lengthen a little bit out. Good. One more breath in stillness here. Good. Now keep your arms exactly as they are. Bend softly through your knees and begin to sway to the right. Lift all the way up to standing. Keep your arms as they are. Look up to the sky. Circle around to the opposite side and dangle down. So you're going to use your momentum and come all the way back up. Keep your arms up. Feel that sideways stretch. Maybe even look up. Circle back around opposite side. So you can flow freely here. You can open up either direction. Getting a nice dynamic movement through the spine. Feel your rib cage open. You can dangle down at the bottom, kind of pendulum swing side to side, or you can continue your circular motion. And just get really deep into the spine. Don't worry about what this looks like, but rather feel what it feels like through the ribs, the lats, the shoulders, the heart, the hips and hamstrings. Just let yourself flow for another breath or two, opening up through the chest, getting a little bit deeper each time. Once you finish your last rotation, we'll meet back in our ragdoll pose, hanging over the legs. Release your hands down to the earth, tuck your chin towards your chest. Let's take a breath and roll up to standing. Tuck your chin towards your chest, ground through your feet. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, look up. Now as you exhale, just drop your arms like wings down by your sides, palms face up, lift through the chest, press your hips forward. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hinge and bow forward, flat spine all the way down to your toes. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. Good, so hips are in line with your shoulders, engage through your core, ground through those palms. Press down into your hands so you're puffing up through your shoulder blades. That's that upper thoracic area of your spine. Take an inhale in. As you exhale, lower your knees, Anahatanasana, puppy dog pose. Walk those hands forward, melt your chest down towards the earth, gaze forward out in front of you. Shoulders back. Good. Inhale, shift onto your forearms, slide your knees back, pull your heart through, coming into Sphinx pose. Lift through your chest, create that traction through your forearms. Good. Lower down through your heart. Take your hands to the outside of your mat. Tighten your fingers, elbows high and outside. Circle those shoulders out. Free flowing cobra. I know this is a class favorite. It really works into those shoulders. Especially if you are an athlete and you do a lot of things like CrossFit. Those shoulders can get pretty tight, so it's okay if you hear little cracks and pops. or loosening up into that, breaking up anything that might be constricting your movement. So circle it out, a few more breaths. You can even work into the head and neck. Take your chin towards one side and then the other. Good. Let's come back through center. Hands right under your shoulders. Elbows back. Inhale for cobra pose. So this one will stay low for our first cobra. Elbows are deeply bent. Heart presses forward. Tuck your toes behind you. Press your hips back towards your heels. And then lift your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Full round of breath. Inhale in. And exhale it out. Bend your knees deeply, look forward, step or even hop. Top of the mat. Good. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, fold back in. Ground through your feet. We're gonna rise up with a flat spine. Inhale, arms to the sky, extend high. Exhale, open your arms like wings, drop your head back, open through your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, Anahatanasana, puppy dog pose. Lower your knees, walk your hands forward, melt your chest down towards the ground. Inhale, shift forward onto your forearms, slide your knees back, pull your heart through, lift through your chest, Sphinx pose. Lower your heart down, tent your hands to the outside of your mat, elbows high and outside. Let's circle those shoulders out. Feel free to bend one knee, get a little bit deeper, twist in your spine. Good. Let's come back through center on your own time. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale, lift through your heart, shoulders back, cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips pressed back towards your heels. Lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full round of breath. Inhale in. And exhale out. Bend your knees deep, look forward, step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Soften both knees, feet or hips width distance. Tent your left hand down on the earth. Inhale your right arm to the sky, lengthen your right leg, roll your right shoulder back, twist to the right. You can stay right here if you want even more in that shoulder. That right arm can tuck behind your back, around the front of that left hip. Spiral your right shoulder back. Look out past your right shoulder. Good. Inhale, right arm back to the sky. If it's not already, lower your right hand down, tent your right fingers. Lengthen your left leg, left arm to the sky. Roll your left shoulder back. You can stay right here. You can also tuck that left arm behind your back, around the front of your right hip if you want more. Let your left shoulder peel back, so you're pulling up and in through your low belly, maybe even looking up towards the sky. Good. Left arm rises back high. Lower that right hand to the earth. Bend both knees. Take your feet together. So bend your knees deeply. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Weight is back in your heels. Relax through your shoulders. Pull back so you're slightly tucking your tailbone. Weight is in your heels so much so that you can lift all 10 toes up off the earth. Stay with it. Deep breath in. Good. As you exhale, hips high, fold in. Relax your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose. As you inhale in, exhale, lower your knees, walk your hands forward, melt your chest down towards the earth. Inhale onto your forearm, slide your knees back, pull your heart through, Sphinx pose. Exhale, lower. Hands tent to the outside of your mat, elbows high and outside. Inhale, lift, maybe bend a knee, look back, come up higher than you have yet. Good, and then lower down. Hands under your shoulders. Inhale, lift your heart, cobra pose. Exhale, tuck your toes. Hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Inhale, extend your right leg high, bend your right knee to stack your hips open. Ground through both palms equally. So feel that left heel press down in towards the earth. You'll feel a nice stretch through that left calf as you square your shoulders out. Deep breath, reach that right knee high. As you exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of the mat, lower your back knee down. Inhale for low lunge, ground through that right foot. Square your hips forward, lift through your heart. Relax those shoulders down the back while you slightly tuck your tailbone so that you feel a nice stretch through that left psoas. Lift through the chest, big inhale. Now as you exhale, open those arms like wings, drop your shoulders down the back, palms face up, lift through your heart, look up towards the sky. Good, inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to the earth, shift your hips back, flex your right foot. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward, half splits. And as you exhale, fold towards that right leg. Take your left hand down to the earth. Keep your right hip pressing down. As you take your next exhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Roll your right shoulder back. Twist. Good. Deep breath. And exhale, release that right hand down to the earth. Inhale, shift forward. Tuck your back toes. Send your right leg all the way back up to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your hips open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's switch to the other side. Big breath in, bend that left knee, stack open. Reach that left leg to the sky. Open out high. And then as you exhale, begin to hug that left knee towards your chest. Place the left foot to the top of the mat, right knee lowers. Inhale into a low lunge, ground through that left foot, lift through your heart, square your hips forward. There's a slight tuck of your tailbone, so you're pulling up and in through your low belly. Deep breath in. As you exhale, open your arms like wings, shoulders drop down the back, lift through your heart. Feel that stretch through the upper body as well as all the way down that right thigh. Good, inhale, reach arms high. Exhale, hands to the earth, shift your hips back, flex your left foot, fold in towards your half splits. Good. Inhale, lengthen halfway, right hand down underneath your shoulder, left arm to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. So keep that left hip pressing down in line with the right. Good, next exhale, left hand to the earth. Shift forward, bend that front knee, tuck your right toes. Left leg all the way up to the sky, reach it high, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, pause here, full breath in. And full breath out. Bend your knees deeply, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up, lift. Exhale, fold back over your legs, feet together, bend your knees deep. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. This time as you exhale, hands come through heart center, sit low. Weight is back in the heels, hinge slightly forward, extend your heart towards your thumbs. Take a breath in, lengthen. And then as you exhale, take your left elbow towards the outside of your right knee, twist to your right. Thumbs come towards heart center. Roll your right shoulder back. Square your hips back behind you. So sometimes that left hip likes to move forward. Just pull it back so that your knees are in line with one another. Weight is in your heels. Deep breath in. One more exhale, twist deeper. Good, next inhale, come back through center, keep those legs low. Reach your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers and fold forward. Relax your head and neck, fold over those legs. Good. Just take a little breather here, maybe shake your head out. Look side to side. Nice. Squeeze through those inner thighs, bend back into your knees. Inhale, chair pose, reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's switch to the other side. So first, take your inhale to lengthen your heart forward, shoulders back. As you exhale, begin to take that right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Peel your left shoulder back, hips square behind you. Sit back in towards those heels. Use your breath to get deep into your low belly. That twist is generated from your low belly. So the more you pull up and in through your lower spine, let that left shoulder roll back and twist. Good. Now as you take your next inhale, shift back forward through center. And exhale, forward, fold. Relax your head and neck, just let it go. If you want to sway side to side, let yourself sway. Good. Let's inhale, lengthen halfway up. And exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into high plank pose. Take a breath in. This time we're going to exhale down through chaturanga. You can always lower your knees through chaturanga. Take those elbows tight in towards your body. Inhale, scoop through. If you would like to come into upward facing dog, tops of your feet root, thighs lift, shoulders back, lift up through your heart. Exhale, roll back through your toes, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Next inhale, let's flow. Right leg to the sky, bend your right knee. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Look to the top of the mat, place your right foot down. This time, crescent pose, back knee stays lifted. Inhale, arms rise to the sky. As you exhale, open your arms like wings, shoulders drop down your back. Inhale, reach arms high. Exhale, lengthen your right leg, hinge forward, bow over your right leg. Modified pyramid pose, relax your head and neck. Inhale, bend into your right knee. Right leg sends all the way up to the sky, reach it high, bend your right knee, open out. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, left leg to the sky, bend your left knee, stack it open. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest. Place your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, crescent pose, back knee stays lifted. Strong and straight through that back leg, lift through your heart, inhale. And exhale, open your arms like wings, relax your shoulders down the back. Inhale, arms rise high. Exhale, hands towards the earth, lengthen that left leg, fold over your left leg, modified pyramid pose. Inhale, shift forward, bend that left knee, take that left leg all the way up to the sky, reach it high. Exhale, step that left foot down to meet the right, downward facing dog. Full breath in and full breath out. Nice. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Feet together, bend your knees deeply. Inhale, chair pose. Reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to the earth, hips high. Fold in, relax your head and neck. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or hop your feet back. We're going to lower through your vinyasa, so you can come to your knees through chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full round of breath. And full exhale. Good. Shift forward. High plank pose. Take a breath in. We're gonna lower all the way down to the earth, so challenge you to come slow as you can. Elbows stay in close towards your rib cage. Come all the way down to the earth. Lower your belly down and relax. Nice work. Keep your hands right under your shoulders. Your left hand rather stays under your shoulder. Right hand reaches out to the right. Right palm faces down. So we're gonna come into our Adri Lapa shoulder opening. So that's press your left hand down into the earth. Roll onto your right shoulder. Begin to bend your left knee, left sole of the foot to the earth. Good, so you just feel a nice twist through the spine, a good opening in that right shoulder. Keep your head and neck elevated off the earth. So you can stay right here if you want more. Left arm can reach up to the sky. Maybe it reaches back to eventually find your right hand. If it does find the right hand, right palm stays down on the earth. If not, that's okay. It's around there somewhere. Hover, let it open the shoulders even more. Deep breath in. Good, let's come back through center. Come back onto your belly. Right hand under your right shoulder. Left arm out, the left palm faces down. Ground through that right hand and begin to roll onto your left shoulder. Bend your right knee, right foot comes to the earth. Keep your head and neck elevated. So you can stay right here. You can even take your right arm to the sky, reach back to find your left hand. Eventually, it's okay if you don't, but keep that left palm down. Keep the rotation opening through that left pectoral muscle. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good, let's slowly come back onto your belly. Nice. So we're gonna take our left arm straight out to the right. Right arm comes underneath the left, crawl it all the way out to the left. So your arms are reaching in opposite directions, creating this X through your biceps. Palms face down. Keep your palms glued to the earth. Tuck your toes. Begin to shift forward, up and over that left shoulder. You should feel this pretty deep in your shoulder blades. It is a little uncomfortable through the throat. That's okay. That's our jala lock. That's stimulating through the thyroid gland, through our throat chakra. Deep breath here. Feel those shoulder blades pull apart from one another. Good. Now we'll slowly switch sides. So unravel yourself. Right arm will cross over the left this time. So right palm out to the left, left underneath. So you really want to create an X through those arms. Tuck your toes, shift up and over your shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades pull apart from one another. Let your chin rest over the shoulders. You should feel this through the outer shoulders, the shoulder blade, even up into the traps a little bit. Stay with it, last breath. Good, now slowly unravel those arms. Tense your hands to the outside of your mat and begin to circle those shoulders out, side to side. Let it go. Good. Now take your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press your hips back towards your heels, and lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Full round of breath here. Inhale, right leg to the sky, reach it high. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. Place your right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms high, crescent pose. And exhale, open warrior two. Bend deep into your front knee. Roll your shoulders down your back. Let your right knee open to the right so that you can see your right big toe down underneath you. Ideally, you have a 90-degree bend in that front knee as you open through the inner hip. Get low, relax the shoulders, turn your right palm to the sky. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse your warrior, roll your right shoulder back, look up, reach. Good, now as you exhale, begin to lengthen your right leg. Reach your right arm all the way forward, extend, big breath in. And then exhale, tick-tock your arms into triangle pose, stack your shoulders. Gaze up towards that left thumb. If you want more in that shoulder here, begin to reach your left arm forward over the crown of your head and then swoop it down towards the earth as if you're swimming in the ocean. So you're just taking these big circular motions. Opening through that left shoulder. Take about one more full rotation. And then reach that left arm up to the sky, look up high. And exhale, look down to your right toes, bend into your right knee. Take both hands down to the earth. Frame your right foot. Spin onto your back toes, lower your back knee down. Good. Shift your hips back into half splits. Take an inhale, lengthen your heart forward. And an exhale, forward fold over that right leg. Reach your heart towards your toes, flex through that right foot. You should feel a deep stretch through that right hamstring all the way through the calf and the ankle and up into that low back. Square your hips out, deep breath. Good. Now as you inhale, shift forward into a low lunge. Tuck your back toes. Ground into your right foot. Shift forward. Lift your left leg all the way up to the sky. Standing splits. Relax your head and neck. Lift that left leg high. Open through the hips. Let your head and neck just dangle. Ground into your right foot. Reach that left leg just a little bit higher. Big breath in. Now listen closely. Soften your right knee. Take your left knee all the way up to your chest through standing. Try not to touch the ground. Coming all the way up. Hug your left knee up in towards your chest, shoulders back. Nice job, guys. Deep breath in. Now let's release that left foot to the earth. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, take your right arm under your left, eagle arms. Good. Now hug your right knee up towards your chest. Wrap your right leg around the left. You can even be right here, kind of kickstanding your legs. Or maybe you're fully wrapping eagle legs. Find one point out in front of you to look at. One that's not moving. Bend your left knee even more. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Lift through your elbows. Deep breath. Squeeze. Good. Good. Now keep your arms exactly as they are. Take your right knee towards your elbows. And release your right foot down. Inhale, release those arms, reach them up to the sky, look up high. And exhale, swan dive forward, let it go. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. As you exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank pose, take a breath in. And as you exhale, you can lower through chaturanga. And inhale through upward dog. Exhale through downward dog. Lift those hips high, take a full breath. And on your next inhale, take that left leg to the sky, reach it high. Exhale, hug your left knee towards your chest, place it to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise, crescent pose, reach your arms high. Good. Exhale, open, warrior two. So let your hips expand open. Ground through your back heel, about 45-degree angle. Bend deep into that front knee, let it open out to the left. Letting yourself see that left big toe down underneath you. Relax through the shoulders, take that left palm, turn it to the sky. Inhale, reach up and back. Reverse your warrior. Keep your legs deeply bent, reach. Good. As you begin to exhale, lengthen your left leg. Inhale, reach your left arm forward as if you're reaching out to grab something in front of you. Shift forward and then tick-tock those arms. Triangle pose, stack your shoulders. Stack your hips. So you can stay right here with those shoulders stacked if you like that nice opening, that fluid motion. You can take your right arm, reach it down to the earth and open around. Take some big circles. Imagine you're swimming through the ocean, feeling that water resistance through your fingers.
Open your eyes.
Last full rotation.
Wind of the open sky.
Reach your right arm to the sky, look up. And as you exhale, bend slightly into your left knee, look down to your left foot. Take your hands to frame your left foot. Turn onto your right toes. Right knee lowers to the earth. Shift your hips back, flex your left foot. Take a breath in, lengthen, halfway lift. And as you exhale, fold over your left leg. Reach your heart towards your toes. Lengthen your spine over your left leg. Square through your hips. Ardha Hanumanasana, or half splits. Deep breath here. Feel that nice stretch through the belly of your hamstring, through your low back, all the way down through the calves. Getting a nice length and stretch through the posterior chain. Good. Inhale, shift forward. Put weight onto your left foot. So you really want to shift forward onto the left foot. Tuck your right toes. Begin to shift onto your left leg, taking your right leg to the sky, standing splits. Now it's okay if it doesn't look like a standing split. Just as long as your right leg is lifting up, split apart from your left. Good. Relax your head and neck. Eventually, maybe forehead comes closer towards your shin. Reach that right leg high. Big breath in. Good. Now listen closely. Soften your left knee. Begin to hug your right knee all the way up to your chest. Try not to touch the ground. Ground into that left foot. Hug your right knee in. Good work, guys. Deep breath. And let that right foot go. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, left arm under the right, eagle arms. Opposite side now, so let's soften those knees. Take the left knee, reach it up towards your elbows. Then maybe wrap your left leg over your right. So maybe you're kickstanding your legs so both toes are still on the ground. That's level 1. Level 2. You can begin to wrap and squeeze through your inner thighs. Bend deep into your right knee, lift your elbows. Feel stretch through your shoulder blades. Good, get low in that right leg. So you're bending your right knee, squeeze, drishti your gaze. Keep your gaze on one point, last breath, stay with it. Good, let's take that left knee back up towards your elbows. Release the left foot. Inhale, reach your arms high, reach up and open. And exhale, let's take a nice back bend. Shoulders relax down the back, palms face up, look up to the sky, press up through your heart. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, lift. Good, and exhale, plant your palms. If you would like to flow through a vinyasa, come in through plank pose. Take an inhale. And an exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Shoulders back, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high, big breath in. And breath out. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, hug your right knee towards your chest. We're coming into pigeon pose. So slide your right knee behind your right wrist. Left leg reaches straight back behind you. If there's anything that does not feel right in your right knee, come onto your back for thread the needle instead. I'll instruct pigeon, hips forward, shoulders forward. Hands by your sides, lift through your heart, shoulders back. Take a big breath in. Exhale, begin to walk those hands forward to your degree. Bow in. So feel your left hip press down towards your right heel. Feel your left toes maybe stretch back even more. Inch yourself closer to the earth. Stay connected with your breath here. Maybe come back to your intention. Big breath in, last one. On your next inhale, take your time. Slowly begin to crawl up. Shift your weight onto your right hip. Take your left leg, swing it about half the way up until it meets the inner sole of your right foot. Okay, turn towards your left toes. Take an inhale, square those shoulders towards the left toes, lift up high. And as you exhale, begin to hinge forward, reach towards those left toes. Relax your head and neck, fold in. You want to drop that right shoulder down in line with the left. Grab a hold of whatever you can. If it's your foot, that's great. If it's your calf, that's good too. You just want to have those shoulders square towards your left leg. Feel your right hip ground in towards the earth. Good, let's inhale, slowly rise back up. Plant your hands out in front of you, shift over that right knee, take your left leg back, right leg to the sky, through downward dog, and just roll that right knee out, open out. Take some big hip circles. And let's lower that right foot down to the mat, switch sides. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, hug your left knee in. We're going to slide that left knee right behind your left wrist for pigeon pose. So again, if there's anything that feels uncomfortable in that left knee, please come onto your back for thread the needle. Square your hips forward, square your shoulders forward. Take an inhale, lift through your heart. And an exhale, take your time. Move into your pose, your degree. Let your hips feel heavy as they melt towards the earth. Your right hip will press in towards your left heel. Get a nice stretch through the low back, the outer hip. Stay connected with your breath here. Even though we're not flowing and moving, allow your breath to internally remove any blockages. So as you inhale in, feel that breath. Drive into those places that might be a little bit tighter. And let your exhale melt those areas. Soften and release. Last full breath here. Find the depth of your pose. And then slowly begin to come out. Shift your hips to that left side. Right leg comes almost all the way around until it meets that left inner sole of your foot. Square towards your right foot. Lift your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hinge and bow over your right leg. So you can grab a hold of your right foot. You can grab a hold of your ankle or calf. Wherever you are, just square towards your right toes and feel that length through that left hip and low back and your right hamstring. Ground through those hips as you lead with your heart towards your toes. Shoulders pull back. Let the doggos know it's almost time to play. Even though I think Bradley's passed out, I woke him up too early today. Good. Now slowly make your way back up. Shift onto that left hip. Right leg swings back. Tuck your right toes. Left leg to the sky. Reach it high. Open it out. Take some nice big hip circles. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Last downward dog of the class. Let's take a big breath in through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. One more time like that. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Let it go. Lower your knees down towards your mat. Cross your ankles. Sit over onto your sits bones, soles of your feet together, knees apart for butterfly pose. Let your knees open out wide. Interlace your hands around your feet, shoulders back. And let's take a few head and neck circles here. So as your hands are interlaced around your feet, you can feel your shoulders pull down and away from your ears, emphasizing that length through your traps. Allowing the neck to get some nice release. Good. Feel those hips melt towards the earth. Nice. Come back through center. Reach your arms out long. Inhale, extend. And exhale, palms come down to the earth. Tuck your chin. Fold in. Just allow yourself to surrender in towards your legs. Feel your hips relax and melt. Even if they're putting up some resistance, imagine a melting sensation to the hips. Notice how that might change the pose. Good. Inhale, begin to rise up. Hands come behind the back, scoot those hips all the way up to the top of the mat. You can keep your feet together, knees apart as you extend your arms out, and use your core to slowly take yourself all the way down towards the earth, coming into reclined butterfly pose. Close your knees together like a book. Soles of the feet to the earth. Walk those heels up close towards your hips. Ground through your feet. Press your hips up towards the sky. Tuck your chin towards your chest and shimmy your shoulders up under your back for bridge pose. Ground through those heels. Deep breath in. Good. And slowly let the spine unravel back down towards the earth. Hug your knees deep in towards your chest. Give them a squeeze. Now take your arms out to a T, either side of your mat, and just let your knees flop over to the left, gaze to the right. Shoulders stay down on the earth. Deep breath. Decompress through the low back. Let's take our time, slowly come back up through center. Hug your knees in. And just let those knees drop to the opposite side. Shoulders stay down on the earth, gaze to the left.
I want to live in Arbor Town, surrounded by the sea, my art is free.
Deep breath.
The salty breeze and the waves.
Good. Let's slowly come back up through center. Give yourself one big final squeeze, forehead towards the knees. Pull it in tight. Deep breath in. And exhale, release it all out. Let your legs lengthen out long. Your palms face up to the sky. Close your eyes. Just melt in towards your mat. Let every breath release softly out. If you have the gift of time and you would like to stay in your Shavasana, please feel free to remain in this meditative state. If you would like to move about with your day, just begin to soften through the fingers and the toes. Bring gentle movement back into the body. And you can roll off to either side into a fetal position. And use your hands as eyes to walk yourself up into an easy seat in your own time. Come to heart center whenever you're ready. Close your eyes and just take a moment here to reflect. Notice the feeling that you've created within yourself. And take a moment to express gratitude. Just bring to mind 3 things, whatever comes to mind first, and express your gratitude towards those things, those people, those beings. And let's honor the light that dwells within each and every one of us. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. Namaste. So if you're joining me on Zoom this morning, you can feel free to hang out and we'll chat a little bit after the YouTube stream ends. If you're joining me on YouTube, You can feel free to like, subscribe, comment, send me a message on what you think, what you would like to see. And you can always also visit me on my Instagram at Katie Marie Yoga. I will always post information there as well as my Facebook. Feel free to message me there as well. Thank you so much for practicing this morning. Hope to see you at the next one on Tuesday, 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. Aloha.